Howdy folks, Tony Thomas Wee, the old Appalachian troubadour, storyteller, songwriter, singer, instructor, demonstrator, just a jack of all trades, but yet the master of none. Growing up in a small coal mining community north of Knoxville, Tennessee, a lot of stories revolve around my younger days growing up there. Hand-me-down stories and some from living experiences, things that I've seen and heard about, things that I've actually done. One particular story kind of is woven around the fall of the year, around Halloween time. Possum hunting was a big thing with us boys around home, because we'd go out and catch possums, and we would take the furs, and you could get a quarter apiece for them when you tanned them and dried them out, and that was, a quarter was a lot of money back then. And the meat was pretty good if you knew how to cook the possum. But anyway, we lit out one fall evening on a possum hunt, a little fella by the name of John Miller and myself. And fall of the year, when the persimmons are ripe, possums are very easy to catch. You actually don't even need a dog to do possum hunting if you knew where the persimmon trees is. And John Miller and I knew where every one of them was. And we'd hunted around the ridge lines around the old home place there, and didn't have any luck for a while. Then we took a notion we'd go over by the old graveyard at the old Methodist church. We went up to the head of the graveyard and sat down and just began to sit there and talk, and like boys do, just having a good time. And all of a sudden a thunderstorm came up, and it was unusual to have a thunderstorm in late October, but that particular night it happened. And so they was getting ready to bury somebody the next day, and they had a canopy up. The local funeral home, they'd had a canopy, a tent up, to shield the grave from water or whatever. And John Miller and I took refuge underneath that canopy to get out of the rain. We were just sitting there enjoying the evening, and having a good time, and all of a sudden we looked down at the foot of the hill at the old church gate, and we seen this little light coming up through the graveyard. We didn't know who it was or what it was, but anyway, we sat real still, and the lightning was flashing, and it lit up the whole landscape when that lightning would flash the way it did. And we soon realized that we seen Mr. Fuzz, Boar Fuzz they called him. He was one of the town drunks, and he was going through the graveyard. He was taking a shortcut to get to his house. He'd been on a bender. And he got closer and closer, and we just watched him come up the hill there, and didn't think nothing about it. But when he got right up to where we were at, John Miller hollered out there, "Raining like hell, ain't it, Fuzz?" Fuzz went one way, then his flashlight went the other way, and he let out one of the most blood-curdling screams I've ever heard. He went bounding down through the graveyard, jumping over the headstones and the tombstones. I've never seen a sprinter with as much action and as much energy as Mr. Boarfuzz had that evening. And when he got down to the church gate, he didn't bother to open it, he jumped over it. I mean, he was like a rocket. He went over top of the gate. He went down to the little town the next day and told a lot of the people that the dead had spoke to him at the old Methodist cemetery. The dead had spoke to him, and he swore off moonshine. He said he would never drink any more moonshine whiskey, because he reckoned it was a sign from the Lord to quit his evil, wicked drinking ways. But anyway, he never did know it was John Miller and myself who spoke to him that night. And as far as I know, old Boarfuzz never did take another drink of whiskey. Kind of reminds me of a song that I'm going to perform for you called the Graveyard Song. I did not write this song, but I've always enjoyed the song, and every time I perform it, I think of old Boarfuzz and that particular night on the possum hunt when we encountered him trying to make his way home. But anyway, this is called the Graveyard Song. I was strolling through the graveyard to get to my back door. Just a little shortcut, I'd been that way before. Graveyards make me nervous, I was almost in tears. Out of the ground stepped Lucy Jones, why she'd been dead 10 years. Then off to my right While there stood old Charlie Guest. Why, just 2 weeks ago today I helped lay old Charlie to rest. In front of me there was a creepy skeleton doing the graveyard dance. I don't like to be around them bones when them bones ain't wearing pants. Then I had a little talk with my feet. They weren't talking back. I said, feet, please don't fail me now. Make just a few more tracks. And then I seen old Charlie and Lucy doing the graveyard dance. I don't like to be around them bones and them bones that are wearing pants. All right. Well, I thought I'd tell everybody about everything that I'd seen. Then I thought about the nut house, if you know what I mean. Well, I'm not going back to that graveyard. I'm never going to take another change, for I don't like to be around them bones and them bones that are wearing pants. Then I had a little talk with my feet. They weren't talking back. I said, feet, please don't fail me now. Make just a few more tracks. And then I seen old Charlie and Lucy doing the graveyard dance. I don't like to be around them bones and them bones that are wearing pants. Oh, I don't like to be around them bones and them bones that are wearing pants. And that's a guaranteed natural fact, neighbors. Send that out to all of my friends all over the YouTube circuit. I know there's a lot of people from a lot of different countries view our videos, and we're proud of you. All these good folks over in England and in Ireland and in Scotland, Germany, Japan, Australia. There are a lot of good folks. I think I got a lot of good friends out there on YouTube, and I love every one of you little pea pickers, I guarantee you. And I'd like to hear from you. I like your response. God bless, take care, and we'll catch you later with another story and another song. This is the old Tony Thomas, the old Appalachian Troubadour. To learn more about me is TonyCThomas.com. Catch you later. Bye-bye.